Oh my Lord. I have to show you guys this realness right now. I am still recovering from what was just the most electric comeback and win by the Denver Nuggets in game 2 for the first round of the playoffs against none other than LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and the Los Angeles Lakers. You guys, my pulse is up. I'm getting tweeted left and right now. People just absolutely astonished at what we all just watched. We have a lot to unpack in this game. I want to just show you that I am just as jaw to the floor as you probably are right now. But what I just witnessed, most importantly, besides a W by the Nuggets, and like I said, an exceptional comeback by the Nuggets, was Jamal Murray going from being the coldest player in the game, something I have not seen from him in a playoff spot. I don't think ever. The coldest he has ever been. To be exact, he was 9 for 24 from the field. 9 for 24 from the field. Which is, I'm pretty sure, exactly what he was last game, which is what I'm pretty sure I said was not going to happen again. It did. His threes were not falling. 0 for 5 from the three-point line. Something we rarely see from Jamal Murray. Yet, when the game mattered most, ball in his hands, 13 seconds left, the most beautiful jumper that we know he can make, his shot, he makes it to put the Nuggets ahead of the Lakers for final score 101-99. You guys, that game was electric, okay? That game was also terrifying for a lot of reasons. If you are a Nuggets fan, and you also watched that game, I'm sure we share the same feeling. So let's break it down. I don't want this to just be a, oh my gosh, what was that? Jamal Murray is him. Yes, Jamal Murray. Really rough game, but when it mattered most, he proved how clutch he can be in the playoffs. Chef's kiss. I am a little concerned about Jamal Murray from an offensive perspective, despite what we just watched at the end of that game. Normally, Jamal Murray averages 7.5 more points per game in the postseason than he does in the regular season. We have not seen that from him yet in this series. Last week I mentioned, is Gabe Vincent the answer for this Lakers team to put some pressure on Jamal Murray? I think that Jamal is in a good spot heading to Los Angeles to hopefully get out of his own head, especially with that last-minute buzzer-beating shot. I think that was huge for his mental state right now because I do think he was getting in his head a little bit in that game, and rightfully so. He was ice cold. But let's start from the top. The first quarter trended very similarly to game 1. We saw the Lakers come out hot. I took the over on D'Angelo Russell's points because I knew this was a great bounce-back spot for him. And he was not missing from the three. We also let a man by the name of LeBron James, who I mentioned is having his best three-point percentage in his career currently. We left him wide open a few too many times in this game, especially early. I didn't love that. So big bounce back spot for D'Lo, which I saw coming. He was huge for the Lakers in this game offensively, especially early. He took the momentum right out of Ball Arena and put it in favor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Perimeter defense to me was a massive problem. LeBron cannot be wide open. D'Lo cannot be wide open. Perimeter defense is something we need to work on. But let's talk about the first half as a whole. Wow. Not a fan of the defense we had in the first half. In fact, it was embarrassingly bad. What I saw defensively was a very soft version of Nikola Jokic. Very soft. He was not playing aggressive. In fact, he was playing a little bit slow and playing a little tired, which you can't be perfect all the time. I'll give you that, Jokic. But I did see a very soft defensive game from every player on the court, but specifically Nikola Jokic. Defensively, we have to tighten up in the first half because we cannot allow this team to have a 20-point lead on the Nuggets, especially when we go to LA. Defensively, big problem. And what it looked like from the first half specifically is that the Lakers found their offensive rhythm like this. The Nuggets needed a second. We saw them starting to warm up. MPJ, great game. Loved MPJ. I actually took a little parlay with MPJ. 3+ made threes and 6+ boards. He hit that. Thank you, MPJ. I sprinkled on him to have a double-double. I think he was a little bit shy of getting those rebounds for me, but hey, I am not going to complain. He was actually 1 rebound short. So the double-double was close. It was like plus 290 odds in the FanDuel Sportsbook. So it was definitely a sprinkle there. But MPJ, incredible offensive game, 6 for 10 from the three-point line. Chef's kiss. I talked about how MPJ's threes were not falling early in game 1. They were falling in game 2, which was wonderful to see. I do have to say, though, I'm not one on conspiracy theories here, especially, like I've said before, 4 quarters in a basketball game, the Lakers played really tough. You can't really go pointing the finger, but was there a double rim installed at halftime by the Los Angeles Lakers? Because I have never seen so many shots go in and out for this Denver Nuggets offense. It was making me ill, physically ill. So, first half to me was just a big thumbs down, not happy. Our offense needed to score better, and our defense needed to defend better. Pretty simple. 2 + 2 = 4. It was a bad, bad, bad first half. Now, I want to say something, too, because I was not feeling overly confident. I'm actually good friends with Peyton Watson's uncle, and I was texting him throughout the game. And full transparency, at halftime, we were both like, yikes, this is not feeling great. This is not feeling great at all. But what he said was, if we can get this game within 7, we can do it. And we know that about this Nuggets team. They're champions for a reason. They have that high basketball IQ. They play smart basketball. They know how to win in crunch time. That's what makes a good playoff team in the NBA. We know they can do that because they are coming off of a championship. So we're texting back and forth. I'm not feeling good at halftime, you guys. I'm pretty sure I actually tweeted and said, this game is the opposite of under, aka it's over. Was that a little reverse jinx on my end? Might have been. Not mad about that. But we're texting back and forth, and just defensively, we're like, what? This defensively is horrific. But what Lakers fans don't see from me often is me giving credit where credit is due. Actually, that's not true. I do give credit when it's due. They just have selective hearing most of the time. Anthony Davis is cooking our asses for real. And he was cooking Nikola Jokic. I made a comment that if he played the way he played in game 1, every single game, with that amount of effort, we're talking about Anthony Davis as an all-time great. Not an all-time good, not a good postseason player when he wants to be, an all-time great in his respective position. And what we saw from him tonight confirmed that when he shows up, he is at the level of an all-time great. Anthony Davis was cooking us. And typically I will say Nikola Jokic, there is no answer for Nikola Jokic. They found some ways. But to be honest with you, I think Nikola Jokic was in Nikola Jokic's way tonight. He just played soft basketball to me. We did not have an answer for Anthony Davis. Period. We did not. He was aggressive offensively. He was aggressive defensively. And we were the exact opposite. When you've got an AD Jokic situation here, the expectation is that they both are doing that, right? I mean, I don't think there's an answer for Jokic, but it's being proven that there's not really an answer for AD either. So when Jokic is playing soft basketball and you have a Jamal Murray in the first half who is 2 for 10 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, you can't afford to have your best 1-2 punch in Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray both suffering offensively. Defensively, we know there has been conversations about Nikola Jokic not being the world's best defender. Fine. But offensively, we need one of those 2 players activated at one point or another in the game. And in the first half, especially, we did not see that from either Jamal Murray or Nikola Jokic. Very soft play, not aggressive. And that's not how you're going to do it. Anthony Davis deserves his flowers, and I'm giving that to him right now. If he continues to play this way throughout the series, it could be a long one. I said Nuggets in 6. And what we're seeing is very similar to the Western Conference Finals last season. Competitive, back and forth. This, that, the whole game until the very end, when the Nuggets prove that they are the better playoff team because they can close out the game, period. LeBron James is still him. Anthony Davis was cooking us. At the end of the day, it can't just be LeBron and Anthony Davis. I said that post-game reaction after game 1. It cannot just be 2 guys. So you had a really hot D-Lo early. Then you had some costly turnovers by the Lakers that I think really hurt them. And you had a Nuggets team that found their offensive rhythm, which was huge. Massive, massive, massive. I felt like this will probably be my biggest takeaway as we head into game 3. Jamal cannot afford to go 9 for 24 from the field simply based on the fact that we cannot have Reggie Jackson minutes. Lord help me. I'm sorry. I love Reggie Jackson, mostly because I think he is just sweet and just, and the goggles are just, I just love him. I just want to just like give him a hug. Reggie, love ya. Colorado native, love ya. Reggie Jackson minutes make me so anxious that I think I need to be medicated for just specifically Reggie Jackson minutes anxiety. Is there a doctor out there that can write me a prescription and I can take a little pill when Reggie Jackson has the ball in his hands? Because, oh my Lord, I don't know if I can handle it, okay? Here's what I want Reggie to hopefully learn from and continue throughout the playoffs. It's not about you, babe. We love ya. We need ya, especially when Jamal's cold, especially when he needs to rest, but it's not about you. Just like it's not about you, Aaron Gordon, when you're at the 3-point line. It is not about you. I love you though. It was about you when you were aggressive under the basket, getting rebounds, getting boards, making your free throws. Hello. It's about you then, but AG, it's not about you on the 3-point line. Reggie, you either. Matter of fact, Reggie, it's rarely about you. Love ya. Okay? We've seen Reggie be very impactful for this offense. We've seen it. But right now, he's doing too much. He's trying to be tricky with it. Settle down, my boy. Settle down, okay? So, Reggie Jackson minutes might give me a flipping heart attack. Aaron Gordon threes might give me a flipping heart attack. Perimeter defense, or should I say lack thereof, might give me a flipping heart attack as we enter game 3. But what I really want to emphasize, again, is the ability for a team like the Nuggets, whose best offensive player, or one of, if you want to talk about Nikola Jokic, they feed off of each other quite a bit. And Jamal Murray is going 9 for 24 from the field, 0 for 6 from the 3, down by 20 points at one point in this game, and you find a way to come back and win. Hello. Welcome to Nuggets basketball, baby. Y'all are acting surprised. That's what's crazy to me. Am I shocked that we won that game? Not shocked. That's not the word. Am I thankful we were able to rally and win that game? Yes. But did I know they were capable of it? Yes. What I saw when I said this game is over was just, it wasn't Nuggets basketball. But the moment they turned Nuggets basketball on, the score speaks for itself. That is Denver Nuggets basketball. I think that game 2 was a really important one for the Lakers to try to win if they wanted to win this series. I think that the Nuggets are a smart enough team. You have to understand, in order to win a championship in the NBA, you have to be a smart team. This Nuggets team is smart enough to know that they did a lot of bad things tonight that they cannot allow to happen again. Period. So, 20-point lead blown by the Lakers. What does that say about the Lakers? Well, it says what we've been knowing about the Lakers when they face the Denver Nuggets. They can't hang. They can climb up, but you better believe we've got our hiking gear on, baby. We are right behind you, okay? If you let your foot off the gas as a Los Angeles Laker with the Denver Nuggets on the other side of the ball, you might be in trouble. And we saw that. Yeah, a lot of things happening in that game. Jamal Murray with arguably the most important play of the game, not just for the win, but for himself going into game 3. Get out of your head, Jamal. You are Jamal mother effing Murray. This isn't bubble Murray. This isn't championship Murray. This is who you are. okay? I know you know that. I'm just giving you a friendly reminder just in case you forgot. This is who you are. MPJ, keep doing what you're doing. Madly, wildly impressed by MPJ on many fronts. I want to give a quick little shout out. We're going to keep this short and sweet, this little post game. I want to give a quick little shout out to a guy by the name of Peyton Watson. Okay? Like I said, texting his uncle throughout the game. As a rookie, to be able to step into a game where I believe at the time we were down by 10, and to make such defensive plays, even offensive plays, to me, Peyton Watson not only has a bright-ass future ahead of him, I also believe he could be a serious candidate someday for Defensive Player of the Year the way that he plays. But to come off the bench and to keep the composure that he kept and to make such defensive plays when it mattered the absolute most is incredible. We have a bench that is capable of coming in and not just maintaining the score, but actually turning the game around. I think that what we have from our bench players is not just rested legs and, you know, they're getting in on fresh minutes and, you know, they're not as tired. No, we have a pretty electric, and I want to say aggressively, just like they got that dog in them. CB, Peyton Watson, you've got Justin Holiday who can have some really clutch moments. We've got a bench that is capable of really making noise, and I do think that is oftentimes the difference in a Lakers-Nuggets series. Our bench is not necessarily the most reliable in the world, but they know how to make an impact. And when you lose LeBron or AD on the floor, it's a very different team out there. So, wow. I don't have a ton of words aside from what a dub. There is a lot of work to do before Game 3. I am not walking away from this dub going, psh, we're good. Who's your daddy? But there's a lot of work to do. Absolutely a lot of work to do. But what a win. What a win. More importantly, what a loss. What a loss. 20-point lead. I had Lakers fans on the timeline dropping memes ready to talk their shit. And in my head, I just kept saying, oh, please let that be. Please let them be jumping the gun right now. Here's the gun. They jumped it. I watched them do it. So, love that for us, Nuggets Nation. Love this dub, but there is work to be done. Do less, Reggie. Stop shooting threes, AG. Jokic, play your aggressive game. Scott Foster, pish posh. Let him blow the whistle. I'm sick of that man, first of all. He needs to be investigated. He strikes me as the type that has LeBron as his wallpaper. I'm just saying. Nonetheless, we need more aggression from Jokic. We need a better basketball game, period, by Jamal Murray. Despite that clutch buzzer beater, we need a better game by Jamal. We need more aggression from Jokic. Do less, Reggie. Although I love ya. And AG, no more threes. Every time you go up for it, I go, nope. Every time. You know it, I know it, we all know it. So just maybe pause on that. But anyways, I am over the moon. God bless America. Shout out Jamal Murray. You came in, you proved you are a clutch playoff player despite being 9 for 24 from the field. Honestly, screw that. We're done talking about it. You had a bad game. You and I both know it. Okay, Jamal? But when it mattered most, you proved why you are a reigning championship of the NBA. Period. And that's Denver Nuggets basketball for you. And the next person that tells you that the Denver Nuggets are boring, tell them to kick rocks with an open-toed shoe. On that note, it has been a pleasure. Let's go Nuggets. We will be back. Game 3, maybe some pregame talk, maybe some postgame talk. I don't know. But I'm going to ride this high for now. And then I will humble myself tomorrow. And we'll get into the notebook and figure out what does Game 3 look like. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. As always, go Nuggets. Don't forget, this Nuggets team did win a championship. So they kind of have to be good. At least a little bit. Anyway, good night and go Nuggets.